Okay, this lecture is Psychiatry a Joke? Part 1. I'm going to do a couple videos about what a joke psychiatry is. Okay, and so don't get me wrong, I know some good psychiatrists. I know a couple of guys, I'm friends with them. They're nice, they're intelligent, they're pleasant. My father was a psychiatrist, so there are some good people in psychiatry, but the field itself is hopelessly kind of screwed. And that's one of the things I've seen is that when the system a person works in is bogus, even if that person's good, it's hard for them to be anywhere near as good as they could be if they were in a better system. And so I'm going to link to this video here with Dr. James Davies. He's a PhD, but he's actually a brilliant guy in terms of his analysis of psychiatry. Because I know a lot about psychiatry. I even considered going into it briefly. And he basically interviewed the guys who wrote the DSM version 3 from around 1980 and subsequent versions. And they weren't even embarrassed to tell him about how they wrote it, which was basically a joke. They met as a committee, just sort of wrote whatever they thought off the top of their heads was the right way to go, and just made a checklist of symptoms. What I'm trying to say is it's not based on any solid, objective, real science. They just decided to call these things mental disorders, label you as damaged in some way, and then start piling up the drugs. And there's no good indication for the vast majority of psychiatric drugs. The vast majority of psychiatric drugs are toxic. But anyways, I think it's worth seeing. I know I've just kind of given you a summary of it, but trust me, you will see how clever this guy is and how obvious it is that the whole foundation of psychiatry is a joke. If you go to have high cholesterol, they check your blood and they measure it. There is high cholesterol. But when a psychiatrist says your kid has attention deficit or lots of these other disorders, there's nothing else than he's in the mood to say that's what it is. Okay, and then you can get stuck on these brain-damaging medicines for life. The average chump doesn't know any better. So anyways, I'll link to the video. I think it's worth watching.